Hello, everybody. This is the Teutonic Plague with another episode of Fifth Down, episode number 2. Let's talk some fucking football. As I am a biased motherfucker, we're gonna start with some Eagles news. Start with the Eagles. That always starts me off on the right foot talking about my beloved birds. Now, the Eagles say that their intention is to keep Nick Foles, all right? But they're still evaluating, still looking. All right? Now, Roseman saying that he intends to keep Foles is a good sign, all right? That's some good shit right there, Howie Roseman. Let's hope we manage to keep him next year because he's good, and he's good where he is, all right? He's good where he is. He won us the Super Bowl. Let's keep him, all right? Now, we don't know when Carson Wentz is coming back. As we discussed last week, he may or may not be returning in week 1. And according to a couple doctors, the Eagles would be smarter to wait a few weeks before returning him just to play it safe. All right? Howie Roseman said our intention is to keep all our good players. All right? That makes sense, Howie Roseman. That's a smart move. All right? That's a smart move. All right, keep the good players, and if Nick Foles won us the Super Bowl, I believe that makes him a good player. All right, so you intend to keep him, which is excellent. All right, now he didn't declare unequivocally that Foles won't be traded, but he does have a high value. So getting Foles for the other 31 teams is going to be a bit hard. So Foles is pretty much locked in for the Eagles for another year, but no, it's not a guarantee. But odds are we're probably going to be seeing him play for us next season. All right. Now, the Eagles will ideally retain Wentz, Foles, and of course Nate Sudfeld, who I've never heard of until now. I believe I heard his name earlier today, but I'm not sure. Nate Sudfeld, is he any good? I don't know. The only way to find out is to play him. All right? Now, these words are right out of Roseman's mouth. We're trying to keep as many good players as possible, and we're talking about a Super Bowl MVP. He's been unbelievably successful for us. He's got great character, great leadership. That room is exactly what we're looking for. We have a franchise quarterback. We have a Super Bowl MVP, and we have a young quarterback that we're excited about as well. So that's kind of how we're looking at it as we get started in the offseason. We got a lot of areas that we have to address. We're getting started a little bit behind all these other teams. And we know in this league, if we don't get to work and get serious about this, we're going to get our butt kicked. You're damn right, Howie Roseman, all right? I have my doubts about you when you said Foles might be traded, but you're proving to be a smart man in terms of retaining the players you need and the players you want. I think you're shaping up to be a pretty smart head coach. All right, firing Chip Kelly was definitely a good decision for us. By the way, I mean Chip Kelly, I fucking hate that guy. Now, Wentz did suffer a knee injury that ended his season last December, and he'll be given a say in what happens. Old Carson Wentz. Now, Peterson does not know what Foles wants to do. Now, if I were Nick Foles, I would prefer to stay in Philly and continue to be an Eagle. I would prefer to continue to be a Philadelphia Eagle, all right? And Roseman is not providing an updated timetable for Wentz's return, which sucks, but you know, he says the team doesn't come back until April 16th, and the middle of April, I believe, is when they do the draft, the next draft. So, but see, I don't pay much attention to the draft because I don't play for April. I play for February! Damn it! I play for February! So, I guess we'll see what happens next season and next February, won't we? Won't we, precious? All right? So, we're going to try to defend our Super Bowl title next year. We are the defending Super Bowl champs, all right? Now, it took a few days for this to sink in. after the game, but we are the defending Super Bowl champs. And can we win another ring is the big question, and we will see what exactly plays out next February is the plan, all right? Super Bowl 53 or bust. Super Bowl 53 is going to be in Atlanta, by the way. So if the Falcons play long, play hard, and play for keeps, they might, probably not, but they might be able to have home field advantage for the Super Bowl, which will be pretty cool for them. It won't make me a Falcons fan if they win, but if they're playing against the Patriots, then I'll definitely be rooting for the Falcons, even though I'm an Eagles fan, because any team that plays against the Patriots, you're okay in my book, all right? Except for the Cowboys. You guys are arrogant pieces of shit, and I hate you. Anyway, so he says that we're energized and we're jazzed up and ready for this season. This is good shit coming from Mr. Howie Roseman. Now, I am debating, should I do what I do on Gamers Quarantine and tweet and gab the articles as I talk about them? Probably not, because we are not doing this live, all right? This isn't Blog Talk Radio. This is YouTube. This is an entirely separate entity. Okay, so he's saying he wants to keep Foles. Good. It's like I spoke and he listened, all right? People need to be yelled at once in a while. And, of course, speaking of that, good segue, Howie Roseman has reaffirmed that there's no timetable for Wentz, all right? And, obviously, they're optimistic, all right? He's not rushing to make a decision. They're not rushing Wentz back. So, what's probably going to happen is we're probably going to end up playing Foles for the first couple of weeks and then slowly reintroducing Carson Wentz into the game, seeing if he plays as well with his injured knee, because he might have to wear a knee brace for the rest of the career, which sucks, but for the rest of his career, which really sucks. So you got your franchise quarterback, your Super Bowl MVP, and a young quarterback. Now, if you're smart, you'll play, I don't know, you'll probably wind up playing Foles for the first couple of weeks and then slowly, gradually moving back to Carson Wentz. So we'll see how that plays out. I would, now playing Foles, considering he won a Super Bowl, it's a smart move on your part playing Foles for the first 2 weeks, for the first 2-3 few weeks. I honestly, I don't know. I honestly originally didn't know what to make of Foles. And then Foles kept winning games. Shit clicked, and I said, okay, I think I can trust Foles. I think I'm about ready to believe in Nick Foles. And, I really started believing in Nick Foles during the playoffs, especially when the Vikings, all right, when the Vikings didn't manage to show up for work, all right? I don't care who you play for. When you play, you got to show up and you got to play. Remember, nobody wants to be the Minnesota Vikings. All right? So, there's no timetable on Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, he would like to start the season. That's what he wants. Is it what he's going to get? I don't know. Howie Roseman probably doesn't know. I don't think Carson Wentz even knows. I don't think anybody knows at this point. We will have to see what happens as we get closer to September 6th, which will be the start of the next football season, and at which point we will switch gears from the off-season to the regular season and talk about that week's set of games, who won, who lost, and my picks for the next set of games as well. So that's going to be a very exciting time, so stay tuned for that. Now, on to the next bit of news, all right? Apparently, Pizza Hut has decided to sponsor the NFL after Papa John's pulled out of that sponsorship deal, all right? Why did Papa John's pull out of the sponsorship deal? The national anthem protests, all right? Now, this is a clap, all right? This is a clap from me. I applaud your decision to withdraw from the NFL, from sponsoring the NFL, because, hey, that's our national anthem. When you hear the national anthem, unless you're either crippled or bedridden, you fucking stand. I don't care. That's our national anthem, all right? We have people, we literally have people, thousands of men and women fighting and dying for this country all over the world, laying their lives on the line for this great country and our freedoms. And you famous, money-hungry, attention-whore celebrities could not care less. This is why I hate the 49ers, because Colin Kaepernick is a piece of anti-American shit! He started this whole thing. He started this so-called movement to disrespect our national anthem by kneeling, all right? I don't care who you are, unless if you possess the physical capability to stand, and you do not stand for the national anthem, you are anti-American! You hate this country! You stand! Damn it! And I am extremely proud of the Eagles. Hell, I'm even proud of the New England Patriots, because when the national anthem played during the Super Bowl, do you know what those football players did? Do you know what those pro-American sportsmen did? They stood. They stood! Not a single one of them knelt. All right? Not a single one of them knelt. I was extremely proud to be an Eagles fan when every single member of my team stood. Even the opposing team stood. All right? Everyone stood. They had Medal of Honor recipients at the Super Bowl. All right? What a fantastic way, all right, to honor our country. You might not stop the bleeding due to the national anthem protest, but that tip of the hat, that bow of respect towards our country, towards my country, that got me. All right, that touched me right here in the heart, right here in my red-blooded American heart. All right, every red-blooded American should have been proud. Every real American should have been proud. All right. And the fact that Papa John's stands with real Americans, with patriotic Americans, I mean, that is definitely worthy of applause, all right? Now, I don't mind that Pizza Hut is sponsoring the NFL because, first and foremost, I don't know their stance on the anthem protests, so I can't pass any judgment on that. Also, Carson Wentz likes the idea, all right? Carson Wentz apparently likes the idea. He said, all right, and let me find it here. He said, there's a new NFL pizza partner. I can get down with some Pizza Hut. To which Pizza Hut replied, from FCS to NFL, we've got your back, all right? Now, why else don't I mind? Because, hey, it's business. If you're the NFL or the MLB or whatever, the NBA, I don't care. You're going to need sponsors. Your teams are going to need sponsors. Your players are going to need sponsors. And the reason you don't hear me talking much shit about Gronk, old Rob Gronkowski, is because he is sponsored by Monster Energy. So if I talk shit about him, I'm afraid if I talk shit about him, I'm afraid I might be talking shit about Monster Energy, and that's my energy drink of choice, man. I mean, hell, Gronk's got his own monster flavor, Monster Gronk. It's not as good as the original. I guess it's okay, but it's not the OG Monster that I'm used to, all right? So, yeah, Gronk's got a fucking shield on him because of Monster and this and that and the other. And that's all I want to say about this subject. Speaking of Gronk, let's talk about Gronk. Let's talk Gronk for a minute. Gronk is expected to continue playing in 2018, all right? So Gronk, apparently they're making a bit of a tongue-in-cheek remark here, and I quote, Rob Gronkowski might wander into a onesie in the WWE ring or a starring role on the silver screen someday, but not in the immediate future, all right? Not in the immediate future. He's expected to keep playing. Unfortunately, he is probably going to continue playing for the New England Deflatriots. Excuse me, the New England Patriots, sorry. And Gronk said, I'm definitely going to look at my future for sure. I'm going to sit down the next couple of weeks and see where I'm at, all right? So Gronk's got 2 years left on a 6-year extension. This was signed in 2012, all right? Now, the Shield owes him, all right? The Shield owes Gronkowski money, all right? Either the Shield or the Patriots. I don't know who pays the player's salary. Probably the team. So apparently the New England Patriots owe Gronk money. They owe him $17 million in base salary over the next 2 seasons. All right. So Mike Garofalo says that money's not going to be an issue for Gronk. All right. Because, look, this guy's a multi-million. If you're a professional football player, especially if you're good, you're gonna be a fucking multimillionaire. I'm not kidding. You're gonna be a multimillionaire. All right. Now, Gronk's gonna have a career in the NFL with the photo ops and the shirts, and of course, there's still football to be played. All right. There's still some football to be played. So we've got Gronk continuing to play. Unfortunately, he's gonna play for the team I hate the most. The Patriots. Incredibly, I do hate one team worse than the 49ers, and that's the Patriots. But hey, at least the Patriots aren't anti-American trash. No, they're just cheating trash, all right? They got to cheat to win, all right? The New England Deflatriots! Woo! Okay. Last on our agenda. What the fuck is a catch, all right? This question has baffled the Shield. This question has baffled coaches, referees. Hell, I'm sure it's even baffled top fucking scientists. All right? What is a catch? Well, apparently the NFL is going to change the catch rule for the 2018 season, or at least they're toying with the idea. All right? They're toying with the idea. So, apparently, the catch rule is confusing, and they're going to simplify it. So, the competition committee met yesterday to talk about potential rule changes. It's Wednesday as I'm recording this. They met on yesterday, which was Tuesday, which was February 27th. Good God, my biological clock's a month behind. They met on Tuesday, February 27th, 2018. Thank you. All right. And they're talking about getting rid of part of the catch rule, and it is the part of the catch rule that says that a receiver, in order to maintain possession of the football, speak English. They're trying to eliminate the rule. They're talking about eliminating the rule that says that a receiver has to maintain possession of the football while on the ground, all right? The NFL, the competition committee, they want to boost scoring, so they're going to re-emphasize enforcement of the illegal contact rules. All right. We had a lot of flags a few years ago, apparently, and so the league likes points in offense, and flags just slow the game down. So I'm guessing by that information that the rules may be relaxed. The rules might be relaxed. All right. So. Apparently, they're going to do a pass interference reform as well, all right? It's not going to be a spot foul, all right? It's going to be a 15-yard maximum penalty if this goes through, and it could lead to defensive backs tackling receivers, unfortunately, so I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen. We got a picture of Gene Steratore. Jesus. And that's about the culmination of the fifth down for tonight. And I'll be seeing you in a week. And remember, Fifth Down is on YouTube every Wednesday. I shoot for every Wednesday. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, the name to follow on Twitter is Kaiser of Games. If you would like to follow me on Gab, I'm also on Gab, www.gab.ai, same name, Kaiser of Games, all right? Kaiser of Games on Twitter, Kaiser of Games on Gab. And when I let everybody know that the video's up, if you would, while in the course of following me, go ahead and retweet and like the fact that the video is up, the post that says the video's up. I would greatly appreciate that because that spreads the show around and grants the a wider audience a chance to listen to the show. So that's it. I'm the Teutonic Plague. This was Fifth Down, Episode 2. I will see you hopefully next Wednesday. Have a nice week.